Welcome. We will be doing another versus battle test today. We will be testing Bitdefender Free Edition up against Kaspersky Free Cloud. So on the left we've got Bitdefender. As you guys know, not anything that you can change in Bitdefender. You can only enable or disable your protection. And that's what we're going to do quickly. Okay, protections disabled. So for malware samples today, these are the latest samples we have from today. As you guys can see, timestamp, some of them we downloaded today, and I think the oldest malware is from the 8th. Okay, let's extract that. For Kaspersky on the right, let's have a look at the settings. Okay, file antivirus. Set to automatic. Under advanced, all file types, heuristic is set to deep. All the compound files are set to all. Smart mode and all the technologies are enabled. The exclusions are, there's only one, and that's for our script. There's our script. Okay, let's go back. Okay, web antivirus is enabled, but we leave everything on default. Okay, next one, mail antivirus, not testing, but it is enabled for argument's sake. And network attack blocker is enabled. There is no exclusions. That's a premium function. MC, everything is enabled. System watcher is enabled and set to automatically. Data provisioning is enabled, and the rest is just premium features. So under general, everything here is enabled and set to default. Self-defense is enabled. Threats and exclusions, obviously just one. Network settings, left on default, haven't modified anything. Interface, we changed it to our little green teddy, and additional as it is. Okay, so that's that for Kaspersky. Let's quickly pause the protection. Okay, so malware samples, exactly the same malware. Okay, just going to wait for the archive to pop up. I'm just going to quickly make sure that Bitdefender is disabled and it's not going to interfere. And then once the extraction process is complete, we'll do the test together. Okay guys, I think the extraction is almost done. So for Bitdefender, it seems like it did an update on 13:36, so almost an hour ago. Unfortunately, we can't check for updates manually. Okay, let's just check that. Okay, let's just check for Kaspersky for updates. Okay, so it seems Kaspersky, I think, is up to date. Oh no, it's actually still retrieving files. Okay, so it seems like it's up to date now. Just make sure. Okay, so Kaspersky is up to date. Yeah, so unfortunately I can't let Bitdefender check for updates, but it did an update an hour ago. It most probably will do that during the test. Okay, so I think let's get the protection enabled. Give them a couple of seconds to make sure that it's enabled. Okay, so for Process Explorer, everything is enabled, and to submit. Okay, so I think let's get this test going, guys. Okay, so Bitdefender is done with the test. Let's quickly, these three are the ones that are still open. They are normally the ones that tend to launch on the test VMs. So let's just close them. Let's see if they all clear out. Okay, let's have a look at everything. Okay, everything seems good. It seems like this is the only active one still running, and it has a score of 5 vendors. Let's quickly see who they are. Okay, sorry guys, that took like almost forever. So it seems like it's only Dr. Webb, Kaspersky, Kingsoft, McAfee and Palo Alto. Seems like no one else have rated this malware yet, or it could just be that virus turtle is a bit outdated of the vendor information, but it gives you an indication more or less who is aware and who isn't. Okay, so I'm gonna do a full scan with this machine. I want to see if Bitdefender is able to kill this malware out of the memory if it picks it up. But as you can see, more malware is being detected. I just want to see if Bitdefender actually did an update at some point. I think it's going to take forever to see that. Okay, cool. No, that's fine. We'll just do a scan as soon as the malware execution is done on the Kaspersky. We'll also not restart the machine to keep it fair, and do a full scan with Kaspersky. Okay guys, so Kaspersky is stuck for the second time during the test. You'll notice that I created this folder here where I moved the malware that was already executed, and from where it was stuck I executed again, but it seems to be stuck again and a bit slow and non-responsive. As you guys can see how far Bitdefender is in the test compared to Kaspersky. Bitdefender is on 82% on its full scan already, and I haven't even started with a scan with Kaspersky. So I think I'm gonna stop this malware execution because we don't have all the time to do this. There's also high disk usage for Kaspersky, but yeah, there's a dramatic slowdown on this VM. Let's close this email bomber. Seems to have finally now closed everything. Let's look at what's running. Okay, nothing funny yet. That's running in memory, which is not open on the desktop. Let's have a look at that one. Okay, so we've got a DNS issue. Let's see if we're going to open it up on Edge. That is very strange. Settings are still fine. That's not good. Let's just see if I can get to virus total itself. Okay, so it seems like we've got an internet access issue here, guys. Nope, still not loading. Just want to see if the link is going to open up on the Bitdefender machine for interest sake. Okay, so as you guys can see, internet's working on the Bitdefender machine, internet is not working on the Kaspersky machine, so that is not a good sign already. You guys did also notice that Opera browser was installed. Okay, so let's see what it has to say here. Okay, so Kaspersky is not on the list, so they're not yet aware of this malware. Because it's clearly running in memory, so it's not an outdated virus total. The malware is actively running. So actually quite a lot of vendors actually do know about this malware. Yeah, Bitdefender obviously, Komodo, MSciSoft, ESET, eScan, GData, so they're all okay. I'm gonna start with the full scan, guys, just to save some time. We're already running for quite some time into this test. I'm gonna start the full scan with Kaspersky and let's see what it can pick up. Okay guys, I just want to point this out while I was waiting for the full scan to finish. I noticed there was two little red pandas, and obviously we have this crash report. So I'm just gonna send it to Kaspersky, hopefully they can fix it. I'm just gonna open it up again and do a scan again, hopefully it doesn't crash. Okay, so hopefully it continues, so I just wanted to point that out. Okay guys, so all the third-party opinion scans are completed. So let's have a look see at Bitdefender. So Bitdefender managed to quarantine all the threads. I disabled the real-time protection for Bitdefender and Kaspersky because I keep on closing the third-party opinion scanners. Okay, so Norton only found 2 problems, or 3 actually, but this one is obviously in app data. Looks like it's something to do with programs and startup. And then here we've got 2 instances. Okay, so that's not a power razor, not really finding anything. Trend Micro. All of this is on the desktop. Okay, so all of this is desktop malware. So not finding anything outside of that. Malwarebytes is unfortunately stuck, as you guys can see, so I unfortunately can't give a result for Malwarebytes, but I highly doubt that Malwarebytes would have been able to find anything more. MCsoft only 2 on the desktop itself, so that's why I say I don't think Malwarebytes would have been any different. Hitman Pro also only 2 malware on the desktop, nothing anywhere else, so really good results by Bitdefender. We still have this one malware unfortunately running in memory, but it might be cleared after a restart. It can just die out. And then we've got the TinoShare, also rated by 3 vendors, but it could just be a POP according to those 3 vendors. I can't see any other malware running. Okay, let's have a look at the startup. Okay, we have 1 startup item. Let's look at our files. Okay, so nothing here that's funny. Desktop, everything seems good. Download seems to be intact. Documents intact, no unwanted apps or programs. Just waiting for pictures to load. Okay, it's just really slow. Okay, while we wait for that, let's jump over. Oh, never mind. Seems Bitdefender got a little bit jealous when I wanted to go to Kaspersky. Okay, so yeah, picture seems to be intact, nothing funky. Really good job by Bitdefender, especially also the malware quantity we did. So it's really good. Only 1 or so in app data according to Norton. The rest of the other scanners weren't able to find anything else. So only Norton was able to find 1 thing in app data. And obviously we've got 1 startup item we obviously need to take in consideration. This scan by Hitman Pro is obviously a bit stuck, but we'll work with what we have. These are obviously malware that's on the desktop. Also the desktop new folder, when I had to help Kaspersky a bit to execute malware as well, when the scripts got stuck, so I created just this new folder as a temp location to move malware. Those are malware in the original folders. Folder and original folder. Okay, so malware new folder, extracted. Okay, so it seems like also Hitman Pro was not able to find anything outside of the 2 malware folders. We obviously have the 1 cookie, but that's always there. Yeah, I can't see anything else, so that's also good results. I can close that. Obviously I wasn't able to do a full scan on Kaspersky, it was just too slow. I stopped it, but I did do a quick scan and didn't find anything, but I scanned about 4,000 files, so full scan, didn't find anything. But so far it doesn't seem like there's anything else. So that was Hitman Pro. Let's look at MCsoft. Okay, we'll just do it by location. Okay, so again the location only changes for those two folders, so it seems good. Only malware that's on the desktop. Yep, nothing yet, only those two malware folders. Okay, cool, great, so nothing anywhere else. Let's look at malware bytes, location. Okay, so malware on the desktop. Okay, so there's one malware dropper under the public, so there's one malware outside of that. Northern Power Eraser says it's clean. So malware bytes did find one malware, same with Northern Power Eraser on the Bitdefender machine. Oh, I actually wanted to show startup. While we wait for that, let's quickly look at the files. I think you guys can already judge by the look of the desktop which one actually won. Also according to my opinion, which is the one that won between these two. But I'll give my opinion now. Let's see if the startup items is going to be the final verdict. Okay, desktop seems good, no infection. Download seems good. Obviously I had that one fake payment thing, but it didn't actually do anything. Documents are intact, no funny business. Okay, picture seems good, no problem with the pictures, no additional files. Let's look at the startup. Okay, so no startup item, so that's a plus point for Kaspersky. Let's see if there's anything running in memory. Okay, I don't see anything weird. Okay, so nothing running in memory, but Kaspersky did restart. So to be fair with Bitdefender did not do any restarts. So let's keep that in mind. It might clear that malware after the reboot. Bitdefender unfortunately has one startup item. Kaspersky does not have any other startup items. So I think it's extremely close. They both have pros and cons. So Bitdefender's pros were that no PUPs installed. I'm labeling VLC and CCleaner and Opera browser as PUPs in this test because it's obviously something that I don't want on this VM. And because we tested malware, all these apps side loaded onto these machines. I did execute the installation. I could have cancelled them, but purely for testing purposes I did install them. But in my case I'm labeling this as PUPs. So Bitdefender didn't install any PUPs. The machine is still clean, but and the other pro is the malware execution and the scans are a lot faster than on the Kaspersky. So I think Bitdefender is more efficient and more streamlined than Kaspersky. But the downside to Bitdefender is unfortunately there's one startup app and we have one malware running in memory. But yet again, if we restart the machine, the malware running should be clear, and even maybe the startup item might disappear. So let's keep that in mind. But those are the pros and cons. Pros and cons for Kaspersky is unfortunately it installed the PUPs as I just mentioned now, things that I don't want on this machine. The other cons were as well, the test twice got stuck. I had to help Kaspersky a bit by splitting malware and executing it bit by bit. And then but otherwise the pros, nothing in startup, no malware infection, Same for Bitdefender, no malware infection. So you guys can decide which one of these one for you. So Bitdefender, one running in malware running in memory, one startup item. Kaspersky has none, but POPs that install. But I think POPs are less of a headache or a security concern than physical active malware running, and we have a startup item. So you guys can decide about the stage which one of you guys thought that won, but I think maybe Kaspersky won this one because purely of that startup item and also no malware running in memory. But let me know guys what you thought about this video. Thank you for watching our videos, subscribing and liking our content. We do this purely just for educational purposes and basically for fun as well. This is like a little side thingy that we just do for the fun of it. But it is also to provide you guys with accurate and honest reviews about products and extensively test them and really benchmarking them to see how good and really how well these products do actually perform. Okay, so let us know what you guys thought about this video, and more videos to come soon. Until next time, we'll see you guys soon.